I'm Alex Burstein, and today we are live for the second time. That's right, second podcast. If you haven't checked out the first, make sure when you're done with this to go back to my homepage and check out the Big Ten East preview. This is the Big Ten West preview. I'm doing it second because I am a little biased. I'm a Wildcats fan. Go NU. Make sure. So that's why I'm doing this one second. But make sure to check out the Big Ten East preview too. But without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to go from the top to bottom, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you who I think is going to be at that ranking, what I think their predicted record is going to be, if they are a ranked team, what their rank is going to be, and what to watch for either throughout the season or in their first game. So let's get into it. So starting at the bottom, same as last year. Number 7, Purdue. They went 2-10 last year. They're going to go most likely 2-10 this year. They are not ranked. They opened their season this Saturday against Louisville on Fox. It's only on Fox because Louisville's a good team this year. Purdue, not so much. Don't expect much out of them. Rob Henry, their quarterback, he's hoping to keep his job as starting quarterback, and he's also hoping to lead Purdue to at least 2 wins, possibly past it. Depends if, I don't think Purdue's going to get any, at most 1 or 2, if any, wins in Big Ten. The best chance they have to get more than 2 wins is in non-conference play, and that's really going to depend on how Rob Henry does, because, quarterback, the leader of the team, or at least in Purdue's case, he's the leader of the team. He's going to lead the Purdue for this season, at least if he stays healthy and if he keeps his starting job. So next we have number 6, Minnesota. The Gophers, I have them going 3-9. A little disappointing that last year they finished in 5th. This year I have them going 6th, 1 win down. Last year they went 4-8. This year I have them going 3-9 and not making the AP list. They did not make that cutoff. And they start their season versus Buffalo on Saturday on Big Ten Network or Big Ten Network 2. I do have them winning that game. They should be able to control all aspects of that game. Offense, defense, special teams, but if they give up one of those, they do enter as a 26-point favorite, but one mistake could lead to a loss to Minnesota. Therefore, they could go 2-10 because Buffalo is definitely one of those 3 wins I have them winning. Buffalo's not that great of a team. So next we have number 5, Illinois, downstate in Champaign from where I live. Illinois is going to go 4-8. I'm predicting. I believe that's 1 game better than what they did last year. They are not ranked by AP currently. They opened their season against Ball State on Saturday on Big Ten Network 2 or Big Ten Network. That game's going to be close. I'm not sure if they're going to win or lose that one. Lovie Smith coming right off his new contract, hoping to lead Illinois to possibly a bowl game. Last year they did not make the bowl game cutoff, lost the land of the Lincoln Trophy, and Lovie Smith was in the hot seat, but the former Bears coach was able to re-sign with Illinois, and now he did have a pretty decent offseason. In the first few weeks he got right into it and was trying to get some recruits. Did get some pretty nice recruits. So after that week 16-17 campaign, they're going to look for at least 4 wins. A few trick plays here and there, and Illinois could find themselves in the top 4 or 3 in the Big Ten West Division. Not to mention possibly the Big Ten. So next we go to number 4, Iowa. Iowa definitely could have a good season, could have a bad season. And why? Because of that, I have them going 6-6. A decent season. So, they are not ranked. The last team in the Big Ten West is not ranked by AP. And Iowa is playing against Wyoming on Saturday. That game's going to be on Big Ten Network or Big Ten Network 2. For the key for that game against Wyoming, which definitely could mean good or bad for the rest of their season. So the key to that game is the defense for Iowa has to show that they're a good team. They have to show that they bonded, kind of like a bunch of NFL teams do in their preseason. So I'm basically calling it Iowa's preseason game before they have their real test starting in the second and third weeks of non-conference and in Big Ten conference play, as Big Ten's looking stronger and stronger every single year. Okay, so next we go into tied for second. We have two teams, and I'm going to go Nebraska I have at third because of their AP rank being lower than the number 2 team, Northwestern. So 3 is Nebraska. I have Nebraska going 8-4. That is one of my predictions that I think is definitely going to stay. Definitely going to stay for sure. They're a good team. They're not a great team. So they start their season against Arkansas State, which is on September 2nd, this Saturday, and that game's on Big Ten Network or Big Ten Network 2. Arkansas State is really gonna depend on how Arkansas State plays. That's gonna depend how Nebraska the result plays out, because Arkansas State sometimes has a good team, sometimes doesn't. So it really depends. So Nebraska will be a good team if their recruits, special teams, and their captain Luke McNitt, the center, I believe, shows their best selves, show their prime. They show up, Nebraska will show up. Be that 8-4, I predict them to. Next, we have the question mark of the Big Ten West. Michigan State was our question mark for the Big Ten East. Northwestern University, the Wildcats, are our question mark for the Big Ten West. I forgot to say, Nebraska is currently ranked 40th by the AP. Northwestern is ranked 31st by AP. I've been going 8-4, but I see them going as high as 10-2, possibly even 11-1. It really depends if they get the W against Wisconsin in late September. That's their first non-conference game or conference game, and they are playing on the road in Wisconsin. If they can win that, they really show themselves. They start their season this Saturday versus Nevada at Ryan Field. That game's going to be on Big Ten Network or Big Ten Network 2. They have a decent schedule. Only 5 road games and only 2 games that I really see Northwestern really losing a lot by. Even those games, though, could easily be turned around. Tables flip and Northwestern gets an upset. So Northwestern has one of the easiest schedules in the Big Ten. They're going to be 3-0 after non-conference schedule, as they are easily going to be able to defeat Nevada, Bowling Green, and Duke. Duke on the road is going to be their major test, but last year they blew them out at home. I have no doubt they can do it in Chapel Hill, and then Bowling Green, Nevada. Northwestern is literally opening as, the 24.5 point favorites. ESPN's Power Index has them as the 95.2% chance to win. So, Northwestern, after that non-conference, Wisconsin and Penn State could be their only losses. Big Ten Championship is in the eyes of Clayton Thorsaw, Tyler Lanchester, and Justin Jackson, as they have depth this season, and they have experienced players in junior Clayton Thorsaw and one of the best running backs in the nation, in my opinion, Justin Jackson. So with some depth and with some experienced players, I definitely see Northwestern possibly making a championship run. Finally, we have number 1 Wisconsin. I have Wisconsin going 10-2. Currently, they are the number 9 team in the nation. I have them making the Big Ten championship game, losing to Ohio State, but getting a good bowl, possibly New Year's 6. So Wisconsin opens their season against Utah State. That is not tomorrow night, but Friday night on ESPN. And what to watch for is freshman Jonathan Taylor. He's starting the season as the co-running back as a freshman with Wisconsin, which is one of the Big Ten powerhouses. So I'm interested in seeing if he can keep that starting job and if he can propel Wisconsin against Northwestern, Nebraska, and Iowa to bring them to the Big Ten championship at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Thank you. That's all the time we have for today, folks. If you haven't checked out my Big Ten East preview, as I said, make sure to go check that out so you can see who I ranked for the top 7 in that. Good luck to all teams coming up this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the whole rest of the season. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching or listening. Make sure to check out my other podcast, and that's all. Good night.